Most marketing doesn't fail because it's bad. It fails because no one decided what it was supposed to do. Welcome to the Portnoy Media Lab. Today we're going to be talking about that, and before you post anything, you need to answer this question. Dun, dun, dun. Spoiler alert. We're going to talk about some real jank today. So today I want to talk about why your marketing isn't working. Like, why doesn't it never compound? And I have seen this is a mistake that happens at the highest level. It happens multi-million-dollar campaigns. I've seen it happen. I've walked in and said, whoa, hold on. We got a problem real quick. We should fix this because it's not going to do anything. So our marketing has to do something, right? It can't just like, hey, we're going to buy some ads. They're going to do a thing. And then, we're going to put out some nice stuff, and that's our campaign. You could do that. It seems like a waste because you have to decide where things are going to go. Now, just a little info on me. I've led real marketing campaigns and marketing that has had real world consequences. This is a very important factor because there's a lot of people talking about this is what you need to do with your marketing. But I've been in the trenches. I've seen campaigns succeed and fail for the same reasons that we're going to talk about today. And also, I've been inside the confusion and seen it firsthand. I've had confusion. You don't get to do this as many campaigns as I have without some stinkers. It just happens. And one of the reasons early on is confusion. So we'll talk about it. I've watched smart teams work incredibly hard and do great marketing that went nowhere. And I've also been there, sadly, made that mistake myself. So let's talk about what are we talking about? We're talking about campaigns that don't do anything. So the kicker is we have to have things. What are we doing with it? What do we want people to do? We want people to sign up for something. We want somebody to make a donation. We want them to sign up for an email list. What is the action that we're asking for? Awareness is not the answer. Awareness means a click. It shouldn't just be awareness. Awareness doesn't work because it's very nebulous. And we got to set goals. It's super important that we have actual goals. So I have seen some campaigns where it wasn't planned out super great, or the first part was, and this is also a big thing. Like the first part is a splash, an absolute splash. Hey, we want you to go here. We want you to go to this website. And this is like a lot of Super Bowl commercials. They do great at like, hey, we're going to do a thing, and we still talk about it and we laugh about it, and it's funny, and we go to the site and maybe we check something out. But what happens then? What is the thing that we're going to do next? Is there a second retargeted ad that's going to go out and push something else? So okay, they've checked out our stuff. Now the pixels hit it. We now have some data. So we're going to retarget them and ask them to do something else. If we are, we're really asking for a lot for people to be very active. So we need to really think about, like, again, we're interrupting people with what they're doing, and they're living their lives, and they're scrolling, and they're, all the things that are happening. We want to make sure that we are thinking through this process. That's that arc, right? We want to have a storytelling arc. We're going to talk a lot about storytelling next week. I may be doing a bonus episode because it's just really been on my mind, and honestly, I think that I think we should just kind of do a bigger splash. So the YouTube thing is going really well, and I appreciate everybody watching and checking stuff out, and it's been really fun to do this year so far. Okay, so let's get into, these are my notes right here. So what decision is the marketing taking? What is it making? What decision are we asking people to do? We want to, awareness, like I said, is not a decision. Engagement is not a decision. And traffic is not a decision. Yes, we want traffic, but that can't be the end all be all, right? We need to keep the lights on. We need to have some sort of money transfer here, because anytime marketing doesn't equal dollars, well, people get fired. That's the reality. So we want to get, what is the thing that we're going to do? We're going to say that a decision looks like a hire us, a donate. We want to change behavior, and we want them to trust us to take the next step. Those are all big things. So hire us. This is that learn more at the bottom. Learn more is fine at the bottom, but that's a click. Okay. So we want them to come to the website, and we want to get more information. Maybe learning more is to get an email address. Maybe just something like that. Very important that we're connecting these dots. marketing fails before it starts if we aren't doing those things. And so that's a really important thing that we're thinking through. What do we want these people to do? Changing behavior is a really important thing. I've come in after bad campaigns, or even campaigns. This is a big one. I'll get a phone call that says, "Hey Dan, we spent $100,000 on our campaign and it raised $10 or something. Just a very small amount. Maybe they raised 10 grand, 20 grand. So they spent a ton of money and they got no ROI, and it was just really bad. And so now they're like, well, can you come up with anything?" And I'll say, okay, well, what kind of money do we have? And they'll say, not too much. And so I'm kind of being put in a corner. I don't mind it to do that, but I think that we've got to either, in those moments, we have to outthink it, because I can't outspend it, because now I have like 3 nickels and some hopes and dreams, and I've got to try and build some sort of campaign. So we can be creative. I mean, I think there are limits to that, but I think we can be creative to build something and figure out what we want people to do. And I tend to lean in when it's really bad. Like I think it's hilarious. We talk about like movies like Napoleon Dynamite. Now, Napoleon Dynamite really leaned in to that 80s feel the whole time. And even though it looks like it's a story choice, it's also a money choice. And so the same idea with our marketing, we can lean in and say, well, we're going to do something low budget. We're going to do something, maybe we're going to do something really quick and dirty with our marketing. We're going to just like do hand drawings that I'm going to just do really fast, and we're going to kind of animate it and we're going to send it out. Maybe something like that. Maybe something different, but we've got to think through what is that piece going to be, and what do we want people to do? We want them to come to us. If we're going to, usually this time of year, if you're a nonprofit, we're talking about telling your story. So it's so important that you're going to tell your story in this part of the year. You're not necessarily having some big call to action. We want you to donate to us. That's nice. That's nice. But if you've got people who have just made a whole bunch of donations, I don't know if you've watched the news, but the economy's not doing so great. On average, everybody spent an extra $1,000 last year. Well, I can think of a lot of nonprofits that hit them right in the pocketbook. So we want them to do something. Maybe just get connected with us. Follow us on social media. Get connected that way. We're gonna express a whole bunch of information that way. We're gonna ask for an email and then put them through a welcome series. And if you're not doing a welcome series, what's going on? That's a really important thing. That's some great automatic pieces that you can do to help your storytelling. I'll get into that later on. But that's the big thing, is the decision. And then the number 2 thing is evaluation collapses when the decision is unclear. So why? Because we can't. What are we supposed to do? Like, what are our KPIs that we're putting this? If our decision is unclear, if we're nebulous about what we're doing, and it's just please come to our event, or come to our website. Like, visiting a website is nothing. How many bots are going to visit your website? You're just going to have mad traffic from that. But we need more than that, and it's a commitment. So we can't evaluate if it's working. And that's the other big thing. We have to pick a choice, make a choice, have them do something, some sort of action, some sort of behavior change, right? And we have to connect it to dollars, right? And then we also have to be able to evaluate it so that we can figure out, like, did this work or not? If we haven't established a baseline, that's why you should be doing key performance indicators every month. What are you doing? Is it working well? How is it? Where are you? If you don't know, that's where we have to start. We don't start here. We start with that, because that lets us know, okay, I know the last 6 months we've done X. We've gone, what are we in a hockey stick? Are we down? What's happening? And then we start our marketing campaign. In these times when I've been brought in, when it's after a big campaign and it didn't do anything, we look at what happened with the campaign itself. We establish a baseline even before the campaign, so that we know, and so that I know, like, we're being honest about what's happening. Because they're gonna, if they just did a $100,000 email campaign or some sort of big marketing campaign, well, it's possible they're going to get a bump in traffic and a whole bunch of other things, but that doesn't mean that I should compete against that, because that was artificially inflated by ads. So I need to go before that and figure that out, and then move forward. That makes all the difference in the world. It is important, if you haven't done that, figure that out, that you do that first. That's going to be the most important thing. And then the last thing I will tell you is that if this feels familiar and you want to get clear on how to do this kind of thing, I've just got some resources at my website. Some of them are paid, yes, but there's actually quite a few that are free. And you can just go there, go to portnoymedia.com/resources, and I'll put a link in the show notes of things, and you can check it out and grab that stuff. Like, there are things on what you should do for email campaigns and what you should do. What are the 5 things that you're dealing with right now that are gonna, destroy your campaign? That's free. You can go get that right now. And let me encourage you to do that. The other big thing is that if you're looking for coaching, that's what we do. So you can check us out at Portnoy Media. You can send me a comment on here. I read all of them. Thank you so much. And we've been doing a lot with Black History Month this month because I've been learning a lot of stories that are happening. Some of the people that I've been talking about, I know about, and some of them I don't. And it's been a really neat thing to see these people do extraordinary things. And so that's really been a really fun thing. So I would encourage you to check that out as well. Well, that's it. So, in recap, why isn't your marketing working? Well, you might not have made a choice. So, you've got to make a choice. What is the decision that you're going to make that you're going to have people do? That's that one important thing. That is more crucial than maybe you think. I know it doesn't sound like it's a big deal, but believe me, if we don't have a lot of conversations after it, if your campaign kind of craps the bed because of that. So, my name is Dan. Thanks for being here at Portnoy Media Lab. Have a good one. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching this video. If this has helped you, there's another video for you to check out right over here. And if you like this channel, if you like this kind of thing, please subscribe. I post new conversations and field notes every week on our podcast, the Portnoy Media Lab. Thanks so much. See ya.